Fabio Saltini, real estate broker, co-founder of Terra Real Estate, and your go-to guy for all things Dubai. Whether you're listening from Sao Paulo, Lisbon, London, or right here in the UAE, I'm thrilled to have you tuning in. If you're new here, let me give you the short version of what we do. This podcast is all about peeling back the layers of Dubai, the city, the economy, the culture, and most importantly, the real estate market. I want to give you a clear, honest, and in-depth view of what's really going on here, so you can make smart, confident investment decisions. Now grab that coffee, put your phone on silent, and get comfortable, because we've got a lot to talk about today. Let's start with what's happening in the city, because in Dubai, the headlines matter. Every development, whether it's in infrastructure, tourism, tech, or finance, has a ripple effect on property demand and investor behavior. Let's begin with something that seems small, but actually plays a big role in how Dubai functions: the weather. The National Center of Meteorology just released the August outlook. We're looking at average temperatures around 35.7 degrees, with humidity reaching up to 72%. In other words, it's peak summer. And while this might sound uncomfortable, it's exactly why Dubai has invested so heavily in indoor infrastructure. Think of our world-class malls, climate-controlled pedestrian walkways, shaded parks, and of course luxury developments with fully equipped gyms, spas, and pools. These aren't just perks, they're necessities. And from an investment standpoint, this demand for premium amenities keeps property values high and occupancy rates stable, even in the off-seasons. Speaking of indoor experiences, have you heard of the latest trend? Marathons. Yes, people are turning Dubai's malls into air-conditioned walking and jogging circuits. I love this. It's such a Dubai thing. We take an existing asset and find a new way to maximize its value. It also reflects the mindset of Dubai residents: health-conscious, convenience-driven, and willing to invest in quality of life. This is key for us as investors. A community that values well-being, lifestyle, and premium living is the same community that's willing to pay more, whether it's in rent, service charges, or retail spend. That matters. Gulf News recently highlighted a boom in indoor family attractions, including interactive museums, science zones, and immersive play areas. Gone are the days of flashy but superficial entertainment. Today's Dubai is about meaningful experiences, educational, enriching, and family-friendly. This is yet another sign of a maturing tourism and lifestyle ecosystem. Dubai isn't just a stopover or a quick vacation. It's a place where people are choosing to raise families, build businesses, and invest long-term. That long-term thinking is good news for all of us in real estate. Let's pivot to one of the most powerful forces shaping Dubai's future: infrastructure. Khaleej Times reported that Al Safa Street is undergoing a major upgrade, improving traffic flow, cutting travel times, and boosting access between neighborhoods. Now, on the surface, this may sound like just another road project, but in real estate, accessibility is everything. The moment a neighborhood becomes easier to reach, its value increases. Properties that were once considered too far out become viable options. This is how gentrification starts: better roads, better infrastructure, and rising demand. Keep an eye on areas affected by these upgrades. They could be your next gold mine. Another headline that caught my eye was the announcement around the digital dirham, the UAE's upcoming central bank digital currency. Why does this matter for real estate? In one word: efficiency. Imagine being able to buy or sell property in Dubai without the usual international banking delays, currency conversions, or documentation bottlenecks. With a secure digital currency backed by the central bank, cross-border transactions become faster, safer, and more transparent. This is a massive step toward a digital-first economy, and once again, Dubai is ahead of the curve. It's this kind of forward-thinking innovation that keeps the city so attractive to global investors. Let's talk about the Dubai International Financial Center, DIFC. Economy Middle East reported that in just the first half of 2025, DIFC attracted 1,081 new companies, its best performance ever. That's more than a statistic. That's a signal. It means high-paying jobs. It means global talent moving in. It means demand for luxury apartments, offices, and mixed-use developments in and around DIFC is only going up. If you're looking for a long-term hold or a high-end rental, keep your eyes on this district. It's turning into the Wall Street of the Middle East. Meanwhile, Dubai International Airport, DXB, saw 46 million passengers in the first 6 months of the year. That's not just tourism, that's global flow. Each arrival represents a potential investor, tenant, entrepreneur, or future resident. This kind of connectivity is what keeps Dubai's economy dynamic and diversified. Real estate doesn't grow in isolation. It grows when people come, stay, and spend. Strong markets require strong foundations, and that starts with leadership. The UAE president recently promoted Sheikh Hamdan to Lieutenant General, and the Gender Balance Council was restructured to reflect evolving priorities. These may seem like ceremonial moves, but they show something deeper: stability, vision, and adaptability. When you invest in a place like Dubai, you're not just investing in buildings, you're investing in the government and its ability to lead with purpose. You want to know that the people in charge are thinking long term, not just reacting to the short term. And that's exactly what we see here. Another important move: the government has launched a new directory and support system for family-owned businesses. Now you might think, that's nice, but how does it affect me as a property investor? Here's the answer: economic resilience. Family businesses are often more stable than corporations. They take fewer risks and are deeply rooted in their communities. Supporting them means building a stronger, more sustainable economy which directly benefits property owners and investors. So let's zoom out for a moment. We've covered rising temperatures and rising demand for quality indoor living, infrastructure upgrades that turn fringe areas into prime zones, a booming DIFC attracting high-income professionals, a digital currency set to revolutionize cross-border property transactions, massive tourism and international travel figures, smart leadership and government support for long-term economic players. Add it all up, and what do you get? A city that's not just growing, it's evolving. Strategically, intentionally, sustainably. Dubai is maturing into a global hub, not just for business, but for life. And that's exactly the kind of environment we as investors should be looking for. And that brings us to the next segment, one I know many of you have been waiting for. In the second half of the podcast, we'll dive deep into the latest Dubai real estate market data. Stay with us. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, let's dive into the data, the trends, and, most importantly, the real opportunities that matter to us as investors in Dubai real estate. The broader headlines paint the backdrop, but it's this kind of data that truly drives your returns and portfolio strategy. Lately, I've been closely following the latest property reports and financial updates coming out of Dubai, and what we're seeing is a very clear narrative. The Dubai real estate market is maturing fast, but it's far from plateauing. In fact, it's entering what I believe is a golden era of long-term sustainable growth. Let's start with a hot topic that's dominating the market right now: ultra-luxury properties. According to a recent article in Khaleej Times, homes priced at AED 15 million and up are flying off the shelves. And no, this isn't a short-term spike. We're talking about consistent demand, driven largely by international high-net-worth individuals who see Dubai not just as a second home or a holiday destination, but as their new primary residence. These buyers aren't just chasing appreciation, they're chasing lifestyle, security, and legacy assets. From where I sit at Terra Real Estate, this trend has been building steadily over the past couple of years. We've helped clients from Europe, Asia, North America, and even South America secure premium properties that are more than just investments, they're personal statements. Think private pools, concierge service, branded interiors, and those iconic Burj Al Arab or Palm Jumeirah views. These homes are aspirational and functional at the same time. Just last month, I worked with a client from Switzerland who wanted to exit a volatile European market and enter a more stable environment. He didn't just want a penthouse, he wanted a trophy asset, something he could pass down to his children, but also live in and enjoy today. And that's what we delivered. We secured a property in an exclusive waterfront community that matched his investment goals and his lifestyle ambitions. These kinds of transactions reflect a larger trend. Buyers today are focused on value, not just price per square foot. They're assessing the full experience: location, architecture, finishes, community, and resale potential. So, if you're an investor looking to position yourself for long-term success, the takeaway is clear. Dubai's luxury market is solid, and it's pulling the rest of the market up with it. That rising tide, it really is lifting all boats. Now let's pivot to the commercial market, because wow, it's on fire. According to Economy Middle East, commercial property sales in Dubai jumped by a staggering 93% in the first half of 2025. That's AED 8.44 billion in sales. Why the spike? Simple. All those new companies we mentioned earlier in the podcast, the ones flooding into DIFC and Business Bay, they need space. We've seen a massive influx of international firms setting up shop here, and with Dubai now firmly established as a global business hub, demand for office space has never been higher. If you're thinking about diversifying your portfolio beyond residential, this is a space to watch. There are a few key plays here. You could go big, buy a full floor in a Grade A tower and lease to a major firm. Or go smaller, acquire a handful of office suites and rent them out to startups or satellite branches of multinationals. Either way, the returns are compelling, but, and this is important, you need to be selective. Infrastructure, foot traffic, connectivity, and tenant profile all matter a great deal. That's where Terra Real Estate can be a game changer for you. We don't just help you find any office space. We help you identify strategic assets with strong yields, quality tenants, and future upside. Commercial real estate isn't always simple, but with the right guidance, it can be incredibly rewarding. Now let's talk strategy, off-plan versus ready properties. Off-plan sales have surged 43% in Q2 2025 alone, hitting AED 16.4 billion. That's huge. Investors are jumping on early phase opportunities from trusted developers. The draw? Attractive payment plans, strong capital appreciation potential, and the ability to secure a brand new unit in a high-demand community. For international investors, off-plan can be a perfect entry point. It allows you to phase your capital over the build period, which is great for managing cash flow while benefiting from market appreciation. But you have to be smart about it. Choose a reputable developer, look at the infrastructure pipeline, and assess delivery timelines. At Terra, we do deep dive due diligence on every project we recommend. We're not here to sell hype. We're here to help you make data-driven decisions. That said, ready properties are also performing exceptionally well. A recent report from Khaleej Times revealed that overall property prices are up 12% year over year. What's particularly interesting is that apartments have now outpaced villas in terms of price growth. That's a big shift. For years, villas were the market darling. Now we're seeing serious demand for high-end apartments, especially in Business Bay, Dubai Marina, and JVC. Why? Because the new wave of expats, young, affluent professionals, want to be in the thick of the action. They want rooftop pools, fitness centers, walkable dining and entertainment, and easy access to the metro. That's why these communities are seeing such strong growth. As an investor, you can target short-term capital gains through flips, or you can build a buy-to-let portfolio that generates solid rental income over time. Speaking of rentals, let's talk yield. Over the past decade, rents in Dubai have risen by nearly 25%, according to Khaleej Times. That's massive. And while some analysts expect a mild correction in H2 2025 due to new unit deliveries, this is actually a healthy sign of market balance. It'll give tenants more breathing room, but it also stabilizes returns for landlords, creating a more predictable cash flow. For long-term investors, this is gold. A balanced market is a sustainable market, and with a constant influx of residents, from families to solo professionals, rental demand remains robust. Again, it comes down to asset selection. Location, unit size, view, and amenities can make a massive difference in your yield performance. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk policy. Visa reforms and foreign ownership laws are playing a monumental role in fueling market growth. The Golden Visa, 5-year investor residencies, and 100% foreign ownership in many sectors have removed massive barriers to entry. This is a huge win for investors. When people feel secure, when they can live, work, and invest without bureaucratic hurdles, they commit. They buy homes, open businesses, and invest long-term. It's no wonder that we've seen nearly 60,000 new investors enter the market just in the first half of 2025. Many of them are converting from tenants to owners, choosing to plant roots in Dubai. And this isn't speculative money. These are families enrolling their kids in school, entrepreneurs setting up regional HQs, and retirees looking for lifestyle and security. The market is evolving, and the profile of the buyer is evolving with it. Now, let's talk about the developers who are making all this possible. Deyaar posted a H1 profit of AED 72.58 million this year. That's a solid indicator of both developer health and market strength. When developers are financially sound, they can deliver projects on time and to spec. Another name worth mentioning is Binghatti Holdings. Their recent AED 500 million sukuk was oversubscribed 5 times. That's huge. It shows that institutional investors believe in the brand and its vision. For you as an investor, this is another layer of security. When a developer has strong financial backing, your risk drops significantly. And then there are the projects themselves. Beyond developments, recently launched Paso, a sculptural waterfront residence on Palm Jumeirah. This project features over 600 units, from sleek apartments to palatial mansions, right on the water. It's architectural, it's experiential, and it's exactly what today's luxury buyer wants. These are the types of developments that generate media buzz, elevate neighborhood values, and attract global interest. If you want to position yourself in the high-end market, these are the kinds of assets you need to have on your radar. So, what's the big takeaway here? The Dubai market is more dynamic than ever. The top end is surging, the commercial sector is booming, off-plan and ready properties are both holding strong, and policy reforms are attracting serious long-term capital. Whether you're new to the game or looking to scale your portfolio, this is the moment to engage. And that's exactly where Terra Real Estate comes in. My team and I are in this market every day. We live it, we breathe it, and we know how to navigate it. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor looking to expand, we'll help you analyze the data, identify the opportunities, and execute with confidence. If anything we've talked about today has piqued your interest, or if you just want to get a professional opinion on a property you're considering, I encourage you to book a consultation with me or one of my team members. The link is right there in the description below. We can do a one-on-one call, a video chat, whatever works for you. Let's talk about your goals and how we can help you achieve them in Dubai. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dubai Insider Podcast. I really appreciate you being here. Until next time, stay smart, stay informed, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Cheers.